guys, my name is Najla Jade and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I have a DIY for you guys. I am doing kind of an Ikea hack. I turned a regular Ikea lac table in white into this beautiful piece here. So if you'd like to see how I did that, stay tuned. Okay guys, so our journey to our DIY project takes us straight to Ikea. So I came in here with a plan looking specifically for this $30 lac table. So getting home, this is what it looks like out of the box. So it has a bottom shelf, a top table, 4 legs, the instructions, and all of the hardware. So now that we have emptied the box, we can throw all of that away and it is time to get started. So first step, we're gonna go to Lowe's, and my local Lowe's was actually out of order for their glass cutting machine, but not to worry. I went to 3 different Lowe's and finally found the glass. So I wanted to get the biggest piece out of the way, or the part that was going to take the longest. So I went ahead and I started to spray paint the legs. Now I found a really good metallic silver spray paint by Rust-Oleum, and that's what I'm using here. So I am actually taking all 4 of the legs, and you can see that I'm using a piece of the hardware. So one of the screws I'm actually putting into the leg so that I don't have to touch it. And so I am just now scratching for mosquitoes, but I'm spray painting the legs so that I can go ahead and let those dry overnight. And I did actually let these dry for about 24 hours. I did 2 coats of the silver, and then I went back and did 2 coats of a finishing kind of polishing spray in clear. Alrighty, so now we're ready to get started. I went ahead and measured the bottom shelf, and that bottom shelf measures 17.5 by 35, and so that is what I got the mirror cut to. So here I'm showing you the mirror and some of the materials we'll use. And now it is time to get started. So here I am. I'm gonna unwrap the mirror. And be very careful, because when you get the mirror from Lowe's, they don't actually bevel or smooth out the edges. So that's why in that last clip you saw me have some of that sandpaper. So I'm going to take a 60 grit sandpaper in a second here, and I am going to kind of file away at some of those edges. But I am still just unwrapping everything very slowly, as not to cut myself, because I have done that in the past. All right, so now I'm showing you the 60 grit sandpaper, or the 320 grit sandpaper, excuse me, that I got from Home Depot. And I am just going to sand away at the sides. Be careful and make sure that you use appropriate equipment, eye protection, and a mask to not inhale any of those particles. But in the next clip, I'm going to show you what I do to the edges of that bottom shelf.
See if I can show you this. So I push the center down and make it almost like a, I don't know, like two tails like that. So that's what it looks like, if you can see that. And then I'm just going to push this one down, and then push that one, and cut it if you need to. I need to cut this one, it's just a little long, right on the edge. So now I'm gonna push this side down and push this side up. And now you have a pretty nice finished edge. We're gonna go ahead and put another piece on this side, but I wanted to show you guys how I finished the edges so that you guys have pretty pieces too.
Guys, and I did lose a little footage here of me actually showing you how I measured and cut the contact paper to go on that bottom shelf, but pretty much what I did was I just put contact paper around the border because that's the only thing that you can see. Again, like I said, the bottom shelf measures 17.5 by 35, and that's the exact dimensions that I got the glass cut to. So you really can't see anything aside from the edges or the corners here that I'm showing you of the mirror. Okay guys, I am in this clip showing you guys, I've already done the top part of the table, but this is the bottom part. I'm showing you guys how I am applying the contact paper. So here I'm flipping over to show you the like waxy side versus the adhesive side that I am kind of rubbing down on the table. So for me, it's super important to make sure there are no bubbles and everything is even. So I am not exposing all of the sticky or adhesive side as I am pushing it onto the table. I'm just doing it really slowly, and I'm letting the waxy side kind of lead where I go. All right, so now that we have that all together, I'm just going to take an Exacto knife to make sure that I have a really nice edge on that and there's no overlapping. So I'm just gonna cut off the excess here. And then once I finish cutting off the excess, I'm going to repeat the same side to ensure that brown or wooden part is completely covered. Since our bottom shelf is a mirror and is going to reflect anything above it, I want to make sure that we show only the marble or only the side that we want to see. Alrighty, so now I'm showing you how beautiful the front turned out, and now the back. This is a side that you'll see under the mirror, and this table is really light apparently because I'm just flipping it like it is a pancake. But this table actually turned out really pretty, and now it's actually time to assemble. All right, so before, when I was spray painting the legs, I actually took that hardware off to hold the legs to not touch them. But now I am screwing that 4 times for all 4 legs into the table, and I'm going to twist and twist and twist and twist and twist. I'm going to repeat this 4 times until all the legs are assembled. And we are still twisting here. All right, so we're going to repeat this 4 times. Alrighty, so now that we have all 4 legs assembled, it's now time to use that little tool that acts as a perfect measure for us to poke holes in the right places to get that shelf adhered perfectly aligned at the bottom. So I'm going to look back at the instructions to make sure I'm using the correct set of screws, because there are 2 screws or 2 sets of screws that come, a longer screw that goes into the bottom and a shorter screw. I just realized that I am using silver hardware on a gray and silver rug, and I'm losing some pieces. So hopefully I have everything that I need. So I'm just going to empty out that hardware bag and hopefully have everything in there and take out those, they look kind of like L's. And so I'm going to put those in the right places, and I'm just going to screw those in using the longer screws like the instructions say. So I'm going to repeat this on both sides that are kind of laying on the ground. And then in a second, I'll flip the table over and repeat the same steps on the other side. Alrighty guys, and in this clip I'm actually showing you the shelf that already has the mirror adhered to it. When I lost some footage, I definitely did lose when I adhered that mirror with E6000 glue. It is absolutely incredible. I just went ahead and put the E6000 glue directly on the shelf, and then I put the mirror on the back side on top of that. I let it sit for a few hours with something heavy on top of it, and then it adhered perfectly. And so now I'm going to use those shorter screws that came in that hardware pack to adhere or secure that bottom shelf to the rest of the table. So I'm going to repeat that 4 times and making sure I'm holding the shelf to make sure that it's not rocking and that it's actually going into the wood and securing like it needs to. So now that that is perfectly secure and beautiful, I'm going to just make sure everything looks good on the other side, tighten some things up if I need to. Alrighty guys, here we are, a beautiful marble and mirror coffee table. I ended up overlapping some of that contact paper, and that's what created that really pretty kind of triangle design in the middle. I think this turned out incredibly well, and I'm super proud of the results. Alrighty guys, and here it is all styled and dolled up. I put some pretty candles on it as centerpiece, and I also put some books at the bottom to show off that beautiful mirrored shelf. Okay guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll have all the descriptions and information and materials in the description box below. Until next time guys, bye.